Games from yesterday. Gosh, I did not do very well on my picks. I went 10-6 yesterday without any spread, so that's something that I'm not really proud of, and we will see that improve as the year goes on. It's tough to gauge teams early in the year, so I'll give myself a little bit of disclaimer there. But I was 10-6 yesterday, like I said. I encourage you guys to try to beat me with your picks because most likely all season long you're not going to be able to, but I do encourage that. So Pittsburgh beats Tennessee. They bench Vince Young in that game. They say Fisher says Vince Young is going to start next week. I don't know what's going on with that. Like I said, the Steelers very impressive. Dolphins beat the Vikings again. I mean, let's give the Dolphins defense a little credit. They are 2-0. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I guess they're leading that division right now. Out east, I think the Patriots still win that one, like I said. But with the Jets there, I mean, it'll be interesting when those teams start playing each other to see what happens. Atlanta rolls over Arizona. I was a little disappointed. I got Michael Turner on my fantasy team, and he got injured, and they didn't really need him. So, you know, Snelling came in, and he racked up a ton of yards and a ton of points, and I wasn't quick enough to pick him up on my fantasy team, so I'm a little disappointed about that. Bengals beat Baltimore. Like I said, I could see Baltimore coming out flat. They really didn't look good on offense. Bengals didn't really look good on offense. Granted, Baltimore's got a great defense. They won that game at home. It'll be interesting to see how that division plays out. Kansas City wins a close one over Cleveland. Kansas City 2-0. Congrats. We'll see how things go. I don't think Cleveland's a very good team. Cleveland, I see they have a tough schedule coming up. I think that, they'll be lucky to win 3 games this year. Chicago beats Dallas. Very interesting. Didn't see that one coming. I didn't think the Bears were good enough. I knew that Dallas is overrated, but I thought they were still better than the Bears. It'll be interesting to see, what happens next week when Chicago plays Green Bay at home. I think the Packers will still win that game, but Jay Cutler, great play yesterday. Good play by their defense. Stuffing Dallas's running game. Dallas really needs to get their running game going if they want to get better. I don't think Dallas is a playoff team, quite simply. Philly beats Detroit in a shootout. Detroit made it close there at the end. There, Michael Vick played really well. Saw that coming. Put up a lot of points against them. I think that Michael Vick should start at quarterback for Philly, and if they don't, I mean, you're going to hear a lot of. I mean, Philadelphia's crowd. If Kevin Cobb doesn't play well in the first series next week, you're going to hear boos and you're going to hear Michael Vick chants. So that'll be a fun show to see and a good story to follow for the rest of the year. Packers roll over Buffalo. Sure, saw that coming. Too much Aaron Rodgers, too much throwing the ball, too much Jermichael Finley. All his wide receivers are great for Green Bay. They can score a lot of points. Buffalo can't score, so that's kind of the difference in that one. Like I said, I think it'll be a more interesting game, seeing the rivalry game between Chicago and Green Bay next week. I think Packers will have a little bit tougher time against Bears defense, but they'll probably still get that win. Tampa Bay beats Carolina. Like I said, both these teams pretty mediocre. Carolina's going to struggle to win 5 or 6 games this year. Tampa Bay, like I said, I think they can go 500, but that's about all you're going to see from them. 2-0 start for them. Good for them. Denver rolls over Seattle. Still don't understand what's going on in Seattle, if they're good, if they're not. Denver, they're not good. We'll see that as they start playing some teams. But, good for Denver getting the big win at home. Oakland beats St. Louis by 2. Who cares? Houston beats Washington. Exciting overtime game there. They're down 17 points. Matt Schaub leads them back. A lot of Andre Johnson. The Texans, that shows a lot of guts from their team there to be able to score those points. Like I said, I am impressed with the Redskins putting up some yards, but I think it also shows that the Texans really aren't that good on defense. They gave up a lot of yards to Peyton Manning. It's Peyton Manning last week in that win, but Texans are 2-0. They got a great offense. They're a resilient team. Good for them. Jets beat New England. I was eating my words. Like I said, I'm very impressed with how Mark Sanchez played. That one touchdown catch, though, in the first half by Randy Moss was ridiculous, one-handed. Burns Darrelle Revis. Darrelle Revis is out. He might not be playing next week with hamstring injury. That's not good for the Jets, but I think they're really excited about what they were able to do on offense, and I think that's going to breed to more confidence, and maybe we'll see a few wins out of the Jets. Maybe they will end up making the playoffs. I guess we'll see where that goes. San Diego rolls over Jacksonville. Jacksonville's not that good. San Diego's playing at home. Okay, that happens. Colts stomp the Giants in the Manning Bowl there. I just don't think that the Giants have much on defense. I don't think that they're able to score enough on offense. I think they're a mediocre team. And out in that NFC East, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with all four of those teams there, with the Cowboys struggling, with the Redskins, 1-1, and Donovan McNabb playing well. With Philadelphia, what's happening with Michael Vick, I think that's probably the most interesting division in all football, because all those teams got a storyline, except maybe the Giants. I mean, the Giants, we'll see what happens with them, but I just don't think that their defense is going to be able to stop enough good teams. I think that they'll be able to beat the bad teams and stay in the hunt for the division, because I think the winner of that division probably comes out around 10-6, maybe 11-5 best, 9-7 could get it done. So tonight we got New Orleans and San Francisco. I think we're definitely going to see Drew Brees, take some things out on San Francisco, so that'll be a good one to watch as well. Okie doke. Well, I want to encourage everybody to, as you see flashing on the bottom of the screen there, the email address for Wien World of Sports. I encourage you to email in your picks each week, see if you're able to beat me. I also encourage you to email in any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, ideas. And thank you for joining me on this Monday edition of Wien World of Sports. We will catch you next time.
Changed by the glamorous, the glamorous, by the glamorous, flowers.